Here's a script outline in a deep motivational, faceless YouTube style for the title, 6 Mistakes You Should Avoid When Taking Your Supplements. Each section below is designed to have equal length and emotional depth. You can later adjust word count to your target, e.g. 500 words each. Section 1, the hidden truth behind supplements begin with emotional resonance. Remind the viewer that health is not a product, it's a commitment. Speak about how supplements are often seen as shortcuts to wellness, yet behind every pill lies intention, discipline, and knowledge. Explain how many start their journey hoping for transformation but lose clarity in the process. Build intrigue around the idea that it's not what you take, but how you take it that determines results. Trigger the desire for mastery, not dependency. End with the call to stay until the end, because knowing what to avoid could redefine their entire health journey. Section 2, mistake first. Blind trust in labels reveal the emotional mistake of believing every shiny label. Use relatable examples, how marketing phrases like natural or doctor recommended can mislead. Explain cognitive bias and how trust forms through repetition, not truth. Empower viewers to read ingredients, understand dosages, and research brands. Turn this into a mindset shift. Health is self-education. Inspire self-responsibility. End by reinforcing that true confidence comes not from what's promised on a bottle, but from what's understood by the mind. Section 3, mistake second. Ignoring nutrient synergy, discuss how supplements interact. Some nutrients enhance each other, while others cancel out effects. Use simple science to explain how absorption works. Frame this around balance. Just as in life, one element cannot carry all the weight. Remind viewers that the body is a symphony, not a solo performance. Encourage curiosity, not fear, close by linking this to empowerment. Understanding synergy means reclaiming control over one's inner harmony. Section 4, mistake third. Overdosing in the name of progress. Address the emotional tendency to believe more means better. Tie it to ambition, impatience, and the desire for quick results. Speak compassionately. Many overdose not out of recklessness, but from wanting to feel in control. Introduce the psychology of reward seeking. Encourage patience, consistency, and respect for the body's pace. Reframe moderation as power. Conclude by emphasizing that real progress is not speed, it's sustainability. Section 5, mistake fourth. Skipping professional guidance. Highlight the fear or pride that stops people from consulting doctors or nutritionists. Talk about the illusion of self-reliance in an age of information overload. Explain how the right expert can save years of trial and error. Use a metaphor. Just as a map helps you reach your destination faster, guidance helps you avoid invisible traps. Inspire humility, not dependency. The goal is to collaborate with knowledge, not surrender to it. Section 6, mistake fifth, disregarding lifestyle alignment. Explain how supplements are amplifiers, not miracles. Without proper sleep, hydration, exercise, and mindset, they lose power. Share research about how habits influence absorption and effectiveness. Use an emotional tone. Remind viewers that no capsule replaces courage, discipline, or daily action. Build a moment of reflection. Are you trying to replace effort with shortcuts? Then inspire a shift toward integration, where supplements support, not substitute, a healthy life. Section 7, mistake 6, inconsistency and neglect. Talk about the emotional cost of inconsistency, how missed doses, irregular habits, and lack of tracking dilute results. Connect it to the psychology of self-trust. Every act of discipline strengthens identity. Motivate with the idea that consistency is not about perfection, but alignment with purpose. Offer practical encouragement. Build rituals. Set reminders. Make wellness part of identity. Close with momentum. Small steps daily are what create transformation. Section 8, the transformation. From dependency to mastery, tie everything together in a cinematic emotional finale. Speak of awareness as the true supplement, the one that never runs out. Emphasize that mastery comes from understanding, patience, and trust in one's journey. End on a powerful, slow-building message. Health is not a race, it's a relationship. When you honor your body with wisdom, every choice becomes medicine. Leave the viewer feeling uplifted, grounded, and ready to act, not just differently, but deliberately. Would you like me to expand each section to a full-length script of exactly 500 words, each in the same motivational tone? Have you ever wondered why some people take the same supplements as you, yet they seem to transform while you barely notice a change? It's not luck. It's not genetics. It's awareness. Because health isn't built by what you swallow, it's built by what you understand. Every capsule, every scoop, every tablet you take holds more than vitamins. It holds the reflection of your choices, your habits, and the level of respect you have for your body. Most people chase results without ever questioning the process. They want energy, focus, strength, beauty. But the truth is, if you don't know how to align your intention with your action, even the best supplement in the world can fail you. Somewhere along the way, we began to see supplements as magic solutions. A pill for energy, a powder for recovery, a capsule for peace. And in that belief, we lost touch with the real source of power, our consistency, our discipline, our awareness. We forget that supplements were never meant to replace effort. They were meant to enhance it. The body doesn't respond to shortcuts, it responds to care. Every nutrient you take interacts with a complex system designed to heal and grow, but only when you meet it halfway. Think about it. You can buy the most expensive multivitamin, take it every morning, and still feel empty, tired, or stuck. Not because it doesn't work, but because you've placed your faith in the pill instead of the process. The body doesn't want blind faith. It wants partnership. It wants you to slow down, to learn, to listen. Supplements are not saviors. They are tools. And tools only work in the hands of someone who knows how to use them. If you've ever felt frustrated that your supplements didn't deliver what they promised, you're not alone. Millions of people spend money and hope on products without realizing the missing piece isn't in the bottle. It's in their mindset. Real transformation doesn't come from adding more. It comes from understanding better, from asking the right questions, from being willing to learn what most people ignore. Because the moment you start to see beyond the label, you step into a level of power few ever reach. You stop chasing health and you start building it. And that's what this journey is about. It's not about judging what you've done wrong. It's about awakening to what you've always had the ability to do right. You deserve results that reflect your effort. You deserve to feel your body working with you, not against you. But that only happens when knowledge meets intention, when you stop treating supplements as miracles and start treating them as allies. By the end of this video, you'll see exactly how small mistakes might be standing between you and the results you've been chasing. You'll understand why most people never see progress, even when they're doing everything right. And more importantly, you'll learn how to shift from guessing to knowing. Because once you know, you can never go back to ignorance. You become the kind of person who no longer hopes to be healthy. You become the person who lives it. So stay with me, because the next few minutes could redefine how you see your body, your choices, and your potential. You're about to uncover truths that could change not just your supplement routine, but your entire approach to health. This isn't about taking more, it's about becoming more. And it starts right now. You've already taken the first step, the desire to understand, not just consume. But awareness only becomes power when it's directed at the right places. And one of the biggest traps most people fall into is blind trust. Trust in labels, trust in promises. Trust in packaging that whispers, this is what you need. We see bright colors, confident claims, scientific words we can't pronounce, and our minds surrender. We assume that if it looks professional, it must be true, but truth doesn't live on the front of the bottle. It hides in the fine print, in the ingredients, in the dosage, in the details we rarely take time to read. The human brain loves shortcuts. It's wired to trust what feels familiar, what looks credible, what repeats itself enough times. Marketing knows this. That's why the same buzzwords show up everywhere: natural, organic, clinically tested. But those words are often designed not to inform you, but to comfort you. They calm the critical mind. They give the illusion of safety. And that illusion is dangerous because it takes your attention away from where it matters most, your own awareness. When you take a supplement without understanding what's in it, you hand over your power. You place your health in the hands of someone whose goal might not be your well-being, but your wallet. This isn't about fear, it's about responsibility. You deserve to know what you're putting into your body. You deserve clarity, not confusion. And that clarity doesn't come from trusting labels. It comes from trusting yourself enough to question them. Most people don't realize how easily their minds can be influenced. Repetition creates belief. You see an ad enough times, and it becomes truth in your subconscious. You see a friend post a result, and your brain fills in the missing context, assuming what worked for them will work for you. But your body is not theirs. Your needs, your chemistry, your rhythms, they're unique. And the moment you stop copying what others do and start understanding what you need, everything changes. Real empowerment begins with curiosity. It's not about memorizing every ingredient. It's about caring enough to ask, why this dose, why this combination, why this brand? That curiosity builds self-trust. It trains your mind to stop accepting and start analyzing, to stop following trends and start following truth. And as that awareness grows, you become the kind of person who doesn't fall for empty promises because you can see through them. You recognize the difference between persuasion and purpose. There's something profoundly liberating about that shift. When you begin to question, you stop consuming out of fear. You start choosing out of knowledge. You stop reacting to what the world sells you and start responding to what your body asks of you. And that is the foundation of all lasting change. Because your body is always communicating. It's just waiting for you to listen. Imagine for a moment what it would feel like to make every health decision from a place of clarity, not confusion. To walk into a store and see through the noise. To choose not because you're told to, but because you understand why. That's real confidence. That's real freedom. It's not built by more supplements. It's built by more awareness. So the next time you reach for that bottle, pause, breathe, read, learn. Don't let design determine your destiny. Let knowledge do that. Because the moment you choose to stop believing everything you see and start understanding what you need, you stop being a follower in your health journey. You become its leader. And that's when transformation truly begins. Awareness opens the door, but understanding keeps it open. And one of the most overlooked truths in health is that no supplement works alone. Every vitamin, every mineral, every compound interacts with others, either helping or hindering their power. Your body isn't a collection of isolated parts. It's a living network of systems that depend on each other. When you take something without knowing how it fits into that network, it's like tuning one instrument while ignoring the rest of the orchestra. The sound might be clear, but the harmony is lost. Think of it this way. Calcium needs vitamin D to be absorbed. Iron competes with zinc. Magnesium calms what caffeine excites. These are not small details. They're the foundation of how your body communicates. Yet most people never pause to consider how one supplement might interact with another, or with the food they eat, the medications they take, or the stress they carry. They swallow and hope, but hope is not a strategy. Understanding is. And when you start learning how nutrients work together, something powerful happens. You begin to see your body as a partner, not a puzzle. Every cell in you is constantly responding to the choices you make. The meals you eat, the hours you sleep, the thoughts you repeat, they all shape how nutrients are used. No supplement can outsmart imbalance. You can't fix exhaustion with caffeine if the real issue is dehydration. You can't boost your mood with vitamins if your sleep is a mess. Synergy matters because your body doesn't want parts. It wants wholeness. It doesn't want more. It wants balance. This is where true mastery begins. When you stop viewing supplements as isolated heroes and start seeing them as teammates in a larger plan. It's a subtle shift, but it changes everything. Because once you start to understand that every element in your body affects another, you stop chasing quick fixes. You start creating alignment. You stop guessing and start listening. You begin to sense when something is missing, not because you read it online, but because your body tells you through energy, focus, and calm. That's awareness at the cellular level. And this isn't just science, it's psychology. The same principle that governs your nutrients governs your life. Just as one vitamin depends on another, one habit depends on another. You can't build confidence if your self-talk is toxic. You can't build health if your mindset is sick. Everything connects. When you live out of harmony, results disappear. But when you start aligning your actions, your body responds like an instrument perfectly tuned. Every note, sleep, movement, nutrition, mindset, plays in harmony. Imagine how different it feels when every supplement you take becomes intentional, every habit deliberate. When you no longer grab bottles out of routine, but out of understanding. That's when you stop wasting effort. That's when you start seeing results that feel real, sustainable, alive. Because your energy doesn't just rise, it stabilizes. Your focus doesn't just sharpen, it lasts. Your health stops being something you chase and becomes something you live. This is the secret no label can sell you. Your body already knows how to thrive. It just needs you to create the environment where everything works together. That's not complexity, it's awareness and action. And the moment you honor that synergy, you unlock the potential that was always inside you. Supplements can support you, but only alignment can transform you. Balance doesn't just ask for understanding, it demands restraint. The desire to do more, take more, push harder is deeply human. We equate effort with outcome, quantity with quality. When progress feels slow, The temptation to double the dose to speed the process whispers louder. But your body doesn't speak the language of urgency, it speaks the language of balance. Overdosing is rarely about ignorance, it's about impatience. It's about that quiet fear that what we're doing isn't enough, that if we just take a little more, we might finally feel different. Yet that small act of desperation can become the very thing that holds us back. More is not always better. Sometimes more is noise. The body can only process what it's ready for. When you flood it with excess, it doesn't thank you. It protects itself. It diverts energy to defend instead of build, to filter instead of absorb. And in that moment, the very thing you hoped would heal you becomes another weight your system must carry. There's a difference between feeding your body and overwhelming it. True growth doesn't come from force, it comes from trust. Every great transformation requires patience. But patience isn't passive. It's the art of staying consistent while allowing time to work its magic. The world teaches us to chase instant gratification, to crave quick results, to confuse motion with progress. Yet your body operates by rhythms, not deadlines. It heals in layers. It adapts in silence. And every time you respect that rhythm, you teach yourself something deeper than health. You learn harmony. You learn how to let go of control and replace it with confidence. When you overdose on supplements, you're not feeding the body, you're feeding fear. Fear that you're falling behind. Fear that what you're doing isn't working fast enough. But fear-based decisions rarely build anything lasting. They burn energy without creating stability. The irony is, the more you try to rush healing, the slower it becomes, because healing thrives on safety. And safety is born from patience, consistency, and respect for your own limits. There's incredible power in moderation. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. It's understanding that the body is intelligent beyond measure and doesn't need to be flooded to be nourished. Every balanced decision